Hello everyone, I am Govardhan and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to create a registration form using HTML, Node.js and MongoDB. First, you need to install two softwares. First one is Node.js and second one is MongoDB. I will provide links for these softwares in the description of this video. If you haven't installed, please go and install as per your operating system requirements. Now let's get into the project. First open the terminal and run this command npm init it creates a package.json file, guys. I'm gonna give default values, so I'm gonna click enter and enter. If you want to give specific details, you can. See guys, package.json file was created. Now we need to create index.json file to write Node.js server. So let's create index.js. Yeah, we created. Now we need to install few packages. First, for this you need to run command npm install express. Express is a Node.js framework, guys. It helps us to create server easily. Next, body parser. Body parser helps us to parse the data in JSON format, guys, because MongoDB takes the data in JSON format. Next, Mongoose. Mongoose helps us to connect to the MongoDB database easily and to create the database. Next, Nodeman. With the help of Nodeman, we don't need to reboot the server again and again when we change the code, guys. It reboots itself. Now let's click enter. Yeah, it's installing. It takes few minutes. As you can see, our dependencies are finally installed. Now let's open this package.json file. You can able to see our dependencies here. Now let me import them to index.js file. Let's start coding, where express is equals to require. I am importing express here that we installed. Next, I'm gonna import body parser. Import body parser is equals to require of body parser. Next, I'm gonna import mongoose. So that is equals to require mongoose. Here first I'm gonna check whether the server is connected or not, guys. For that, first I'm gonna create an app called express const app is equals to express. So I'm gonna get app.get is equals to slash comma request comma response is equals to, I'm creating a function here that is response dot send server connection is successful. So I'm gonna listen this on port 3000. Okay, now I'm gonna finally print. For printing, I'm gonna use command console.log listening on port 3000. Now let me run this code. Node index.js. This is the command that we use to run this. Looks like I got an error. Let me check it. Oh, here I used to give body parser. There's a spelling mistake. Okay, now again I will run it. Node index.js. Yeah, listening on port. Now let me open the port, localhost 3000. Let me run it. Yeah, server connection is successful. Our response was coming correctly. Now let me get into the main project. Let me give it here port 3000. Here I need to give, instead of response.send, I'm gonna give response.set. Response.set. Here I'm gonna give allow access, allow origin, as star. Because we are using localhost, guys, that's why we need to give this command allow access, allow origin. Next I'm gonna use these modules. Let me come here. Here I'm gonna use app.use body parser, the thing that we imported, .json. Next we are gonna use app.use express .static public. Guys, further we are gonna create a public folder here. In that public folder we are gonna give our HTML files. So whenever we need HTML files, we need to look into this public folder. That's what we are going to do next. Next I'm gonna use another thing, app.use body parser .url encoder, URL encoded here. I'm gonna give extend is equals to true. Extended is true. See guys, it only parses URL encoded bodies and only looks at requests where the content type header matches the type option. That's what it's gonna do. Next I'm gonna connect to our MongoDB database. Let me code Mongos. Let me use Mongos here. Mongos.connect. I have to get MongoDB localhost. So let me open our MongoDB compass that we already installed in the first step. So this is our localhost link. Let me copy it. So I will paste it here. Okay, now I am gonna give our database name as just database. I'm gonna give our database name as only database only. Next we are going to sorry guys, it's a typing mistake. Next I am going to create a variable that is database is equals to mongoose dot connection. We are gonna connect to mongoose. Next I am gonna return if it is body parser, that's why it's showing like that. Next I am going to return database.on. If I get an error means then I am going to print console.log. For printing console.log error in connecting to database. So if I face any error while connecting to the database, I'm gonna print error in connecting to database. It is console.log. Okay, next I'm going to same again database.once. If the database connection was open means when we are successfully connected means, then I am going to print console.log. For printing we have to use console.log command. Connected to database, then we are going to print connected to database. Next I'm gonna use this app guys to get the data. For that one I have to use app.post. I'm gonna create a sign up form in the HTML file guys after completing this index.js file. So we are gonna get the data from this sign up form guys. Sign up comma request comma response, that gives rise to. Here we are gonna assign values. Variable name is equals to request comma body dot name. We are going to assign the name in the body to the variable called as name. In the same way we are going to do for, so I'm gonna create next age, where age is equals to required dot body dot age. Next for same thing I'm gonna create another email. Guys, these are the blanks, that these are the inputs that we are taking from our HTML that we are going to create next. Here we are just writing the JavaScript. Required dot body dot email, next variable next I'm going to create variable phone number, that is equals to require dot body dot phone number. Next I'm gonna take variable gender, that is equals to require dot body dot gender. Let it be small. Here I made a spelling mistake. Next I'm going to create a variable called password, that is equals to request dot body dot password. Next then I'm going to create a object, guys. With all these values I'm going to create an object. That is equals to variable data is equals to name is name, age is age, here we have to give comma. Next email was email. Here we are passing the values, guys. Comma phone number as phone number, comma next gender as gender, next finally password. Password, I'm gonna pass it password. Okay. Next I'm gonna create database dot collection. I'm gonna name it as users. I'm gonna use insert one. See guys, if a data was inserted means then there is a chance of for me to get either error or the collection of data. That's what we are doing here. If we get an error means then we are simply throw the error. Otherwise, if we didn't get error means then I'm gonna print console dot log record inserted successfully. I'm gonna print it. After this, after inserting the record, I'm gonna redirect to another page. I'm gonna create another HTML page that is named as signupsuccess.html. let me do that. Return response dot redirect sign up success dot html. This is the page that we are going to redirect when we entered all the details and clicked on submit. Then we are going to redirect to the sign up success.html page that we are going to create. Here spelling mistake, let me correct it. Okay, now here also I'm doing the same. The default page, when we open this localhost, we need index.html page. When we open this localhost, we are gonna just directly accessing the deep index.html files. So for that I'm gonna just do return response dot redirect. This is the default page that we are going to get when we open index.html. So okay, now let me check it once, either everything is right or not. Looks like we are good to go. See guys, first we imported our required modules, then we created an app, and then we used those modules. Then we connected to our MongoDB database. Here we are taken the values as input: name, age, email, phone number, gender and password. Then we created an object called data. Here we are checking whether we are going to get an error or not. If we get an error, we simply throw an error. If not, then we going to take the record the data as an input, and then we are going to print record inserted successfully. Then we going to redirect it to sign up successful.html page. This is used to establish connection between localhost and our file. Now let me run it and see whether we have any errors or not. Node index.js. Oh, looks like our database was connected. Now we have to create a folder, guys. That is a public folder, as we mentioned here. Let me create a folder named as public. In this folder we are going to create files. First file was index.html. Next file we are going to create, as we mentioned in our form, we have to create sign up success HTML. Let me give it as successful so that it can be easy for me to read. Let me create it. Sign up successful.html. I need to create a, oh sorry, there is a spelling mistake here. Maybe, sorry, I don't want to delete it, I want to just rename it. It is successful. Now it was perfect. Now we need to create one more file for CSS, guys. It is important. Without CSS your website looks ugly. So okay, we are good to go. Our index.js file was completed, I think. Now let's get into the index.html file and start HTML coding. First I will get a default HTML template. For that, yes, let me click here, these. I'm gonna give title as registration form. Here I'm gonna link CSS, link station is equals to style sheet type is equals to text.css text/css href is equals to our file name style.css. Yeah, that's it. We linked our CSS to the index.html file. Now I'm gonna get a CSS style from this bootstrap, guys. I found it in internet. Let me copy it and paste it here. That's it. Now I will go into the body. Here I am going to create a div class dot container named as container. That's it. Inside this I will create one other div class named as row, so that I can get a boxes. I will create another div class here called mode. This is related to bootstrap, guys, that we imported the CSS style, right? Related with that one. Now I'm gonna create a main div here. I'm gonna close one div here /div. Sorry, I'm gonna create here. Let me open this file, guys. Let me open it inside so that I can clearly see what's happening. Okay, now I can, let me refresh it. Yeah, this is one. Let me close these pages that we are download softwares. Now let me create a form here. Here I'm gonna create another div class named as call md6. That was main. So I made a mistake. Let me name it as call md6 main. Now I'm going to create a form here. So form action is equals to sign up /sign up. I think you don't forget it. I think, see, when we are creating index.js, here we given as sign up. That's what we are creating form here. Sign up method is equals to post. In this one we are going to give heading as h2 is equals h2. So it is heading 2, that's why we are given h2. I'm going to give heading as registration form. That's it. This is our heading. Now I'm gonna take input. Our input type is equals to text, because we are going to take text as an input. Next I'm gonna give class name as box. Next I'm going to give id is equals to name, because have you seen our index.js? Here we are taking first name, then age, then email, then phone number, then gender, then password. So we are going to create these 6 input boxes so that we take input. Then I'm gonna name it as name. I'm gonna place a holder. That is equals to name. It was required. Then I am going to give some space /peer. Sorry, here not. I'm going to give space here. Next I'm going to create, let me refresh it. See, we got heading as registration form, and we got one input box that is equals to name. Let me wait. We have to create 6 such boxes. It is placeholder. Did a mistake here. Let me refresh it. See, we placed holder as name. We are gonna give name input here. In the same way we are going to create 6 more inputs. Let me copy it fastly so that my work will be little bit easy. I think I did 6 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, we did 6 times. So second one is age, guys. So let me change it here. Age, I will replace the name with age. I will place holder as age. That's it. Next I think I have given email, phone number, gender, password. So let me change it quickly here. Their id is equals to email. There are also email. It is email. Let me give it as email id. Then next I think we have a mobile number, that is phone number. So let me give it as phone number. Here also phone number. So I'm gonna place holder as enter. Sorry, I will place holder as mobile. Next it is gender. Here also gender. I'm gonna place a holder as gender. Here it is required, guys. All of these are required. If we didn't fill any one of this, then we get an error to please enter the input. Next I'm gonna change it to password. It is also a password, and we are gonna place holder as password. So let me refresh it. I can get to know what's happening. Yeah, we got our 6 input fields: name, age, email ID, mobile number, gender and password. So I need an submit button, guys. That's important when we are submitting the form. Without submitting, our form was waste. So I'm gonna create a submit button. Input type is equals to submit. Value is equals to submit. I'm going to give ID name as submit. I think that's it, our input. I think that's it, we are good to go. Let me refresh it and see whether we get our submit. Yes, we got a submit button and 6 input fields and a heading. Okay, let me come. Yeah, that's it, guys. Now we need to create a same file for sign up successful.html. Let me change this to slash. Yeah, here we have sign up successful. Oh yeah, this is a refresh. Let me refresh. It was showing something. Sign up successful.html. Now let me create this sign up successful.html quickly. So I'm gonna import the HTML template, default template. So I'm gonna give a same CSS here what we have given the index.html file. Let me copy it quickly. Okay, where it is? Yeah, here we need to copy it here. That's it. Now let me I'm gonna change title. I'm going to change it as registration success. Registration successful. So I'm gonna create in body. I'm gonna give space, guys, so that our registration successful message will appear at the center of the page, so that I have to give spaces. Let me copy it quickly. Okay, let me create a div class here. Its name was container. That's it. Inside this I'm going to create another div class that's its name was row. Inside this I'm gonna create a call md3. That is our bootstrap CSS style. Next I'm going to create another call mod 6. Add main also. That's it. I'm gonna give heading here, guys, so that our sign up successful registration successful message will appear at the center of the page, so that I am creating this, I'm giving this much space here, and I am creating this much div classes here. So let me give heading as registration successful. Registration successful. Think that's it. Let me get into there. I'm going to give slash sign up successful .html. I'm going to check those page. Yeah, see, our message appeared at the center, but still we need to do CSS. So let me complete those CSS code complete fastly. Let me get into the CSS. I am first here going to do CSS for main. Let me call for main dot main. This is our registration form. Main. I'm going to give first padding. I'm going to give a 20 pixels. I have to close semicolon here. Next I'm going to give font family. I'm going to give font family as Arial. Next I'm going to give box shadow. I'm going to give box shadow as 5 pixels. Come on, 5 pixels. I'm randomly just giving, guys. You can give as you want. And I'm going to give /888. Next I'm going to give CSS for our heading 1, main h1. Let me refresh it. Any changes are made? No, still we didn't get any changes. Let me give for heading 1 font size. I will give a random 50 pixels. Let me give 36 pixels so that it would appear a little bit big. Pixels, there should be no space. Then I'm going to align the text to the center. Next I'm going to give font family as Arial. Let me refresh it. Still I didn't get any changes. I'm going to give same input. Font family as area. Let me give it here also. I think we doesn't need it here. Now let's go for width. I'm going to give width as 100%. Font size I'm going to give as 20 pixels. I'm going to give padding as 12 pixels and 20 pixels. I'm going to give margin 8 pixels, 0. Sorry, you don't need to give space. Next I'm going to give border and just keep it none. Next, border bottom, I'm going to give it as 2 pixels. I'm going to give it as solid color. Let me give any random number here, 76474. There should be here we have some number. Let me refresh it. We have, let me check this, style.css. That's, oh sorry, we made a mistake here. That's why our changes are not reflecting. See, we instead of style sheet we type something else. See, now our styles are reflecting. I made a little bit mistake. That's why it takes so much time to reflect. Now let's give for same styles input. Here I am going to give this input for, I'm going to write CSS for this submit button. So let me write CSS for our submit button. Submit. Here I'm going to give font family. Let me give font family, that is equals to Arial. Next I'm going to give width, just give 100%. I'm gonna give background color as some any random number starting with 76. Yeah, we have. Next I'm going to give border. I'm just leaving it as none. I'm gonna give next color as white. Next I'm going to give padding as some any 16 pixels, 32 pixels. Next, sorry, here we have spelling mistake. Next I'm going to give margin as 4 pixels, space 2 pixels. Next I'm going to give a border radius as 10 pixels. I think that's it. Let me refresh it once again and see the page. See, our page was looking little bit nice here. I think that's it. Now let me give an input here. See, this is our registration page. Let me refresh it once again. I'm going to give any random input, guys. This is not any accurate information. I'm going to give name as Ramu. Let me give my name as Govardhan. I'm going to give my age as 19. I'm going to give my email ID. Let me give govardhan9@gmail.com. I'm going to give mobile number a random number of 10. Gender I'm going to give as male. I'm going to give gender as male. I'm going to give password, say like I'm going to give password as a password. Let me submit it. Oh, there is some mistake here. Here we have done some mistake. Let me go into the index.js page. Here we have redirecting thing. That's it. Let me stop it once and again run the database. Node index.js. Let me run it. Yeah, it was connected. Let me submit it. Yeah, see, our registration was successful. Now let's check the data in. Let me connect it. Here we have created our database as database. Let me get in there. See, you can see this. I have entered my data 2 times. We are getting our data here. Let me show you once again. Let me get back. I'm going to give any random data as Ramu. I'm going to give age as 12. I'm going to give email ID ramu@gmail.com. See, I'm going to give phone number as that male, also male. I'm going to give password as any random number 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let me submit it. You can see that registration is successful. Now I'm going to check whether the data is storing in our database or not. I'm going to click here, find. See, we are getting our data here. Think this is our project, guys. This is our project. Finally, we successfully completed a registration form. We created a registration form using HTML, Node.js and MongoDB. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow, meet you soon with another exciting project. Thank you. Bye.